Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and this is Wednesday, so that means it's Tag of the Week Day. Now, this is our book so far. This is Signature 1. That's why it has that little note that says that. And this is what we've done so far. We've done this, and I messed up, so page 3 is back here. We're on page 10 this week. Last week was A Night at the Movies, and this week, guess what? It's flutterbys, my favorite thing. Flutterbys and flowers. So we're going to set this to the side. Now, I just want to mention that it appears that for a lot of the weeks, I've been using a 4x8. If I've mentioned 4x8 before in the past, that's incorrect. It should be 4 1/4 by 8. So this week, we're going to take our tag and we're going to use some inks on it, and we're going to try to do a little bit of ink blending. I haven't really done that much before, so it'll be an experiment. And let's see, where's my scrap paper? A piece of scrap paper. All right. Piece of scrap paper. Unless it's under here. It is. Piece of scrap paper. Okay. See, I've got everything together this time. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. Then on our background paper, we're going to do a little bit of stamping so that it's not just blank, I think. We're going to wait and see how the tag turns out. We're also going to be using some glossy accents. Yay! And this is my box, Oh Butterflies. You'll notice there's some on the top already. Let me hold them up so you can see them, and you can see, well, maybe that's not the best way to do it. Let's try scrap paper. Oh, that one's even worse. Let's try this. Oh, darn. That one was the one that was still wet. Let's see, we'll put these on here. You can see these, and you can see that I've put glossy accents on them. And I'm going to show you a little trick about that too. Okay, so I'm going to set our butterfly box to the side for right now. Let me see. This is our backing paper, isn't it? Let's set these to the side on here. This is still damp. This is still damp. These are already done. Okay. That way I have some to use that are already done, and we don't have to sit around and wait. So, in fact, instead of doing this first, let's do our butterfly, and then it can dry. So, we're going to take a butterfly. See how I did that? And a brightly colored butterfly works better. Well, this one would work. This green one would work. I have a lot of butterflies in this box. That one's really big. That one would work, but it's awfully big. Let's see. It'd be kind of cool to have a little bitty one, wouldn't it? Let's get out a little teeny one. See if we can work with that, or if it's too small. Oh, here we go. Not too big. We can, let's set this, keep this one set out too, just in case. Now, with glossy accents, I know a lot of people have trouble with it clogging up. And there's a couple things that you need. You need the palm of your hand, and you need a pen. So what you do is and you have to close it really tight. There we go. Now I just use this so it shouldn't be clogged up. But when you get done using it, just keep slamming it on the palm of your hand so that everything that's in here drops down into the bottle. And then use your pin to make sure that nothing dried while you were using it. And then put the lid on really tight. And then you shouldn't have any trouble. You should be able to take a pin after you open it and just go in and out a couple times. And that should clear up any little bit that's left in the nozzle, and then you should be able to use it. So now instead of putting dots of glossy accents on the butterfly, what we're going to do is we're going to put a bunch. So we're just going to take it and we're going to use it like we're painting. Let me squeeze this. This may need the pin already. This stuff's notorious for drying in the nozzle. You can also, once you get it all down there, squeeze it and get little bubbles of it and wipe it off, and then you're sure that it's out of the nozzle. All right, let me try that again. So you're just going to run it, you're just going to run it on there, and you're going to put a generous amount, and you're just going to run it all over the butterfly, and that's all there is to it. Hopefully you have somewhere for your finger. In this case, I think I'm going to use his little body. Right there. So now we're just going to set him to the side to dry. But the little trick is, you see how it's starting to kind of curl up on its own? If you take it and do this with it, oopsie, and curl it up just a little bit, then your butterfly will look like it's flying. It'll dry that way. So if you curl it up just a little bit like that, and then set it aside to dry. You can do it like that when you pick it up. Set it aside to dry. I know you can't see where I set it. And then it will turn out like this. Can you see? How it looks like a W, kind of. Oops. And it rocks back and forth. Okay, so that's the effect we're going for. It makes it harder to glue it down. That particular one I'm saving for the cover of a book. I don't know what book yet, but I know I'm saving it for that. This one's a little more reasonable. Okay, it's just curled a little bit. So we've got our butterfly done. Let's do this one. I want to see what this little guy looks like. A lot quicker when they're teeny tiny. Having a fingernail helps. Then you have a way to pick it up. I'll set him to dry. Then let's do this great big one. And it looks kind of milky when it goes on. And you don't have to cover the whole thing either. You can leave little spots, like run the nozzle through it, and then it'll still have the glossy accents, but it will have a little bit of texture to it. A lot of times I kind of don't get all the way to the edge. Now I'm not squeezing any more out. I'm just moving around what was already on there. So we're going to do that. Okay. And we're going to set him aside to dry. Now, a bigger one like this, and I really globbed it on there, is going to take, I would say, an hour to dry. That's why we're not going to wait for them to dry. Set them to the side. Oopsie. Come on, let go of my finger. You know, it looks like Looks like I missed this part right here. There we go. Alright, now that we're done, wipe the nozzle off. We're going to take and we're going to hit it on our hand to knock anything that's in the top down. It's sort of the opposite way of where you turn your ketchup bottle over and pound it on your hand to get everything to go to the top. Then you can see, did you see that bubble pop out? Look at that. And once you get all that out, then there's none left. Look at that bubble. Glossy accent bubbles. And then do this a few more times. Put the lid on really tight. Like really tight. And you're good to go till the next time. Okay, so now we're going to take our tag. That's 4 1/4 by 8, and we're gonna try to blend. These are I wanted to test the colors, but you can see I'm still having trouble with the spots. So let's set this to the side. I almost set it down on top of the butterflies. So I'm hoping this will work better. I'm using cream colored paper, so I thought it would be a little softer. The colors I'm using are Wild Honey and Worn Lipstick. Okay, this is Gathered Twigs, and we're going to use that on the edge when we get done. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of this Worn Lipstick. Now, a trick I found, when you rub this on here, it also gets on the edges. So if you kind of tap the edge plus tap the center, then hopefully, and start out really light, hopefully, and this pink's going to be really hard for you guys to see on the camera, but I think the pink and the gold, which go well together, will, I don't know if you can see, but that much came off the side. And you just keep going over it. In this particular case, with this color, you just have to kind of build it up. I don't know if you can see the pink on there. Maybe not. But I'm going to try to do the pink in the middle. Bring a little bit of the gold in from the edges. I have a little spot there. Because if you're going in a circle with your brush, you're going to hit the edges. So there we go. Now we're getting some color. Now we're cooking with heat, with oil. What is the saying? I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. Like my grandma says, if you can't remember, it must have been a lie. I don't know if you heard that tap or not. That's probably part of my problem. I have a tendency to kind of tap as I set it down. Okay, so we've got the rose color. Let's bring it up a little bit more. And we'll bring it closer to the edges so we can blend it, because I'm going to do the gold on the edges. And these two colors should pick up the colors in our butterflies. I thought by looking at this, Worn Lipstick would be much more red, but it's more of a dusty rose color. No, that's not it either. It's more pink than that. It is a red, but I almost said it's a worn red. Of course it is. It's Worn Lipstick. All right, now we're gonna take that It is a lot softer on the cream paper. You can see here. And then you can see on here. Can you see the difference? I can't tell because there's a glare on the screen when I look at the computer screen to see what you're seeing. And try not to drag your paper through your ink pad. Okay, now let's try this. Now this is a very strong color, so you want to be careful. And I'm going to just come in from the edges. I'm going to start on the glass and then come in, because it is such a kind of a dark color. You wouldn't think honey would be super dark, but it is. We'll just kind of blend it in. Around the edges. A little dark down here at the bottom. You can see how it's kind of strong down there. Now look where I just tapped that. That would have gone right on the card. And see, this is still a little strong, so I guess we better darken this one up a little bit over here. We'll blend it in. Maybe we'll get some more lipstick out. So I'm not real happy with that right now. The gold is overtaking it. Let's see if we can blend some of this back in where the edges are. You can blend light into dark. In fact, when you're using alcohol markers, you'll probably be familiar with that. This will blend a little bit of the rose color or the lipstick color into the gold and help make your transition better. Because right now I don't feel like the transition is good. I feel like the transition is, you can still see a line. So let's work on that a little bit. See if we can get it to work. I'm not very good at this. I admit I have only done this a couple times. I know the theory behind it. You know that this gold is really strong, and I should have put less on. I do know that. Let's see if we can darken this up. See if that will help. I found that putting your thumb or something on the actual head of the brush helps you push down a little more with it. We can transition a little more. Let's test it out with our butterflies. I thought maybe we would put the blue one on here too. This is not going to be a hard tag. You're just going to have to wait for the glossy accents to dry, that's all. I kind of like that, actually. Now they are going to get smushed in the book. I know. But I like them. And the gold, or the honey color, accents against the pink and the blue. However, we would not have wanted to put blue in the background. And then, of course, it sets off our monarch. What if we put him in the middle? Be kind of... Yeah, I don't like that. I think, the biggest one at the top. These two are the same, they're just different colors. Then it could look like they're getting closer. This is the one that's still probably a little damp. It feels dry. I must not have put it on as, I must not have laid it on as thick. Alright, let's glue these on. Let's glue these on. Call these. Oh, I know what we didn't do. Just set the edges of it off. Let's use this. And go ahead and ink the edge of it just like we would any other card. And it gives the edge a little bit of definition. I don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit around the edge to kind of give it a shadow. Take the white off the edge of the paper, or the cream in this case. Now this would have been, I believe, much, well, it would have been brighter, but it would have been harsher on white paper than it is on the cream colored paper. Okay, set our colors to the side. I ordered one of those new grippy things from media grip things from Tim Holtz, or by Tim Holtz. I didn't order it directly from him. Well, actually I did. I ordered it from his website through one of his affiliates. I think it's Simon Says Stamp, I believe. Anyway, and you lay it out and it keeps your stuff, like I would not have had to hold my ink pad to do that. I would have been able to just blot it on there and it wouldn't have moved around on my glass surface. Sounds like a plan to me. Probably would keep this from rolling around too. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's glue these on. Really like that big one. Get us a little head to lay down. I kind of murdered the top of this one and I colored the body in with my Sharpie marker. Wonder, I think I'll wait till I glue him on, and then I think I'm going to go over his head again. I'm just going to glue his body on the big one. Especially since his wings stick up so far. What do I got here? Oh, it looks like a piece off of the ink dauber. Either that or it's a dead gnat. Let's put him on right there. Very nice. I almost feel like just leaving him, like just moving him to the center and saying butterfly. And we're going to do him. I think we're going to have to go to the side a little bit, plus the body on this one. I feel like the body's a little too thin. So we're just going to do the kind of the center of him. We're going to stick him right here. I'm going to try to I don't have any dry wet wipes right now. We're going to do him. And then we'll do the littlest one, and he's got quite a bit of space here, so let's just glue his body. It almost looks like he should go up higher. You know what I mean? Like this one's too close to the bottom of the page. Get him glued down again. Then after we're done, I'll go back and touch up his head. Go back and touch up his head. Okay. So now we can move our scrap paper out of the way. Oh, I do have a dry wet wipe, but it has black ink all over it. Alright, let's set these somewhere safe, which would be way far away from me. So we're going to try this stamp. If we don't like it, we can always just flip the page over. Well, we'll have to erase that. So let's try it in the brown. I'm not the greatest at stamping. I haven't really done that very much either. This one, I'm not going to put it on a stamp block. First of all, I don't have one big enough, and if I put it on my stamping pad, then I would have to move it around, and I don't, you know, the overlap, I just don't think it would look right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink part of it, especially this part with the leaf on it, and then I'm just going to dab it down. This is kind of big for that, kind of floppy, but we'll see what we can do. So let's get the brown out. It's our gathered twigs, and see, that's how I got ink all over me. Just tap it on here. Be sure to get the leaf. I never can tell really if the ink is on there or not. Sometimes I smush it, which I know I'm not supposed to, but I could see it better. Okay. Now the tag's going to go in the middle. Try not to lay it on the backing. Oh, I can see it now when I pick it up. Alright. So let's try to just mark around with it. Almost like stamping it off, which is what's happening again here. Just trying to kind of get an accent of something against where the edge of the card's going to be, or the tag, which is basically a card. So this is a little floppy. Okay, let's not get too carried away. Let's set this on here. Oh, that's our 30 minutes. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm having, I've told you guys this before, where I have to start a new video every 30 minutes. Okay. So let's, whoops, where's the sticky side? I know I have it around here somewhere. Anyway, I'll clean this off in just a minute after we're done with our video. Okay, now let's bring our butterflies back in. Well, it's going to be interesting putting the glue on here, isn't it? Let's take a look. Oh, like that. Sets off the card without being too overpowering. Unfortunately, none of the parts of the stamp that has the leaf. Oh, there's a little one up there and a little one there, I guess. So now we need to glue this. I guess I can hold it onto our backing card. This didn't take too long. Okay. Let's get this on there. Let's see if we got it straight. Oh, it looks pretty straight on our first try. Looks like I had my finger in the pink and touched it at the top. Darn it. You have to be really careful with the inks. They're very precocious. Precocious ink. Glue this into our book. We're on page 10. So we're going to pick this up again. I think I could probably lay it down if I'm careful. No, that's not going to work. And then we'll close the book and smush all the butterflies flat. But that's all right. You'll get to see them the way they're supposed to be at least once. And I'm not going to close the book until I take the picture. That's for sure. I'm going to line that up there like that. Very nice. I wish the butterflies were not going to get squished in the book. We're only going to do 12 pages in this book, so hopefully they won't get squished too flat. We can always make more. We have a whole bucket of butterflies. Oh, that little guy turned out really nice. If I had 2 or 3 of them, I might have stuck them in. I don't know. That might have been too much. I like the 3. Okay, so that's our book. Our tag, I mean. Tag is in the book next to Alfred Hitchcock. So we have a really pretty page next to a crazed movie. I like it. Uh-oh. There's trouble right here in River City. Oh, see? Got a music and a movie reference in one video right at the very end. I squeaked it in. All right, this is our tag. So that means our video's over, and I will see you in the next video, which will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.